Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Watchers. And this is from Ishana Shyamalan, the daughter of M. Night Shyamalan. And this kind of movie definitely feels like a Shyamalan family film. And this is based off of the A.M. Shine novel, The Watchers, and this focuses young artist who winds up breaking down in the middle of Irish woods and is pulled into this strange structure where they're basically in a fishbowl for disturbing entities on the outside that come out at night to watch them and observe them. And this film certainly has such an interesting setup. It has a lot of tension. The first third of this really works in terms of the mystery, the atmosphere, the scares. Once you're slowly getting up to the reveal of what these weird, disturbing entities look like. And Shyamalan's able to really capture all those elements in a really impactful and engaging way. It has that look. It has that specific kind of dynamic and visual stylings that has a lot of tension to it. But you have the rest of this in terms of, say, the script. The characters, none of them are particularly interesting or likable. You have Dakota Fanning's character, Mina, who has a tragic backstory, adds some depth to what she's experiencing, but it's hard to connect with her. You have Georgina Campbell's Clara, who's basically just a sad woman mourning the disappearance, probably death of her husband. Oliver Finnegan's Daniel is so annoying in this film. He's so unbearable as a character. And then you have Madeline, played by Olwen Fury, who's an Irish actress that you've probably seen pop up in a lot of different things. She was just mostly recently in Tarot. And she's a good actress, but her whole entire role is just spouting exposition, non-stop exposition. So the characters are not particularly interesting, and we don't really engage and connect with them as easily. There's a lot of bad logic. Obviously, there's probably going to be a twist. It's a Shyamalan film. What a twist that would have been, that Ishana Shyamalan doesn't believe in twists. But no, this does indeed have some twists and unexpected reveals, except one of them is, the biggest one, is so telegraphed that I saw it like probably 40-something minutes before it got revealed in the first place, and it just didn't click in terms of, it just felt so obnoxiously obvious in terms of this story, where they were doing some visual hinting at it, but very overtly, and it's just like, oh, well, that's probably what's going to happen. And also, the pacing of this is so clunky and awkward because what's drawing you in is this mystery, this idea, and that mystery and idea is kind of moved past a lot quicker than you probably expect it to. And then you're getting into the last 25 minutes of the film where you're just like, how's there more to this movie? And really the third act of this movie, the big set piece that you would expect of like them trying to get away, feels so anticlimactic and rushed. And then where the film goes after that and how it's resolved feels so clunky and awkward and unconvincing. You had such mystery and interesting things in terms of the legwork, but then it all gets bogged down in so much exposition. The twists are overly telegraphed, and it just, these characters act in such irrational ways that it's hard to really get invested behind them. Technically, this feels really strong. Narratively, it feels extremely clunky and messy and unconvincing. The performers, I think, do a fine job. But in the end, this movie feels so bogged down with nonsense that it's hard to sift through to get to this interesting mystery idea that we have at the center of it, drawing upon a lot of Irish folklore. This folk horror film just feels like it falls flat a lot of the times and doesn't really pack the oomph this needs to be as effective as it should be, leaving this feeling pretty lackluster, to be honest. Well, those are my thoughts on The Watchers. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.